Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we're going to be drawing a basic anime girl. I know I've already done one of these in the past, not too long ago, a couple months ago if I'm not mistaken, but for some reason it got, I don't want to say hate, like I really don't want to use that word because it's just like constructive criticism. So I mean, I don't want to say you guys were actually hating on the video or like the drawing in general. I mean, some were, but that's normal. You can't always receive like positive comments. It's going to be very normal to receive some hate. That's not the issue though. A lot of people thought the face was off, and so what I did, I screenshotted the picture I took and then I flipped it, and I noticed the only thing that was even remotely off was her eye. One of her eyes was a little bit smaller. So that is the only thing that's even, again, a little bit off. And the amazing thing is I really suck at drawing people facing the camera. If any of you know me very well, you know that's already something I struggle with. But I also didn't use any guidelines, which I know you are supposed to. But the whole point was to try something new. I started with the eyes first, and then I went to the face shape, yada yada. So yeah, again, I don't want to say you guys were actually hating on the video. I just know that it didn't receive as much love. So I wanted to do like an updated version. We're not going to be drawing the same photo. It's going to be different, of course. And this one is a little bit more cutesy. So if any of you are interested in learning how to draw anything like that, then stay tuned. But real quick, let me mention this as well. That way I can get this out of the way. But as you all know, I do have a Patreon account, and I am very much so considering like updating a few things. Like I said before, maybe adding you guys as like a side character, giving you guys like a headshot commission of yourselves, all that good stuff. There's monthly commissions as well, and you get all the early access and releases of my art. Okay, but yeah, let's get started on the photo. And actually, I do want to mention everything that I just mentioned will be linked in the description, the bio, as well as my Instagram and whatnot. But yeah, so we're going to start with a slightly curved line. And the whole thing with me is sometimes I use guidelines, sometimes I don't. Most of the time I don't. So I guess I'm teaching you guys how to do it without worrying about those. So yeah, just draw like a slanted little line, and then you're gonna slightly, like ever so slightly, curve, and when you bring it down, you're actually gonna come in just a little bit, kind of like that, if that makes any sense. And then once you get that done, you're gonna just bring it up like so. So the whole thing is you don't want to go like super straight, of course, or like way up there. It's just right about at this angle. And I'm going to get her neck in next. So just a little bit away from her chin. You're going to bring it down. It's pretty basic, just a little curved line. And you can draw her other, like the other part of her neck, but this part is going to be hidden behind some hair. So you don't necessarily have to worry about like putting her ear in or any of that stuff. And let's see, so now we're going to jump into the face, the actual face. So I'm going to start with her eyes. I'm going to get them in place. First thing I'd recommend is a shape like that. And I do want to recommend to not draw so darkly like I am, because if you mess up, it's hard to erase, of course. But this is like a bad habit of mine. Once you get that down though, you're just going to bring it at an angle like so. And for the most part, anime girls have really big eyes, really kawaii. That's kind of what I'm aiming for, to be fully honest with you. Okay, now I'm going to put in her eyelid, which is just right above it. And then her iris is going to be the main part, the most important. It's going to take up most of this little part. So put in a shape like this, and when you get towards the bottom, you're going to get a little bit smaller. Kind of like that. And then her bottom eyelid, you actually don't see it, but I'm just going to put it because why not? I'm going to put little three little eyelashes. That is completely optional to you guys, and you can barely see it. But before we continue with that as well, I wanted to add this optional part as well. But this part is going to come out just a little bit like that. You can make it however, you know, big, long as you want to. I'm just going to make mine kind of basic and tiny. It kind of makes it more, I can't really explain it, like I said, it's like a style. But now I'm just going to go in and start with her eye details. So Let's take up most of this top part with this circle. And then there's going to be another one right here. And then once you got that down, you're going to come, and that's where you shade that in, because that is the pupil. And this part is optional, but I'm going to put just some eye detail and start shading. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to come in with is her nose, which is very simple, just a little line like that. And for her next eye, we're just going to come across with a very faint line. Try to get it as straight as possible. And I pretty much just did what I did over here and flipped it. And you want to make sure that, for the most part, these are also kind of even, because if they're not, it looks a little bit weird. But yeah, now I'm going to finish the eye on camera, and then we're going to go in with the mouth next. And I just realized I might have put her nose a little bit too high up. I mean, it could still work probably, but I'm going to lower it just a little bit. So I'm going to put it right here instead. And continue with the eye. Okay, so the final thing for her face, other than her eyebrows, kind of like this, and it's not gonna connect though. That's kind of the whole point. I think if you connect it, it would look, well, I was gonna say weird at first, but maybe not weird. I just prefer to not connect it. Again though, that you guys can do it if you want to. But yeah, I'm gonna make it pretty simple. Just gonna slant them upwards. Like that. Okay. And the final thing, I will add some blushies. And that's about it for her face. Hopefully you guys, for the most part, can see that. But now let's go in with her hair, which is another tricky part for a lot of people. I'm gonna make her hair or hairstyle pretty simple, but in a way it's still cutesy. So we're gonna start with her bangs going this way. So just start with shapes like this. And the whole point is to be kind of free with your pencil. That way it's not like super dark or anything, if that makes any sense. But once you get about here, you're gonna bring this part down, and it's gonna kind of do like a little flippy motion. And right here as well, there's gonna be a part that comes down, and we're gonna make, so I'm going to put those in real quick and not going to take too much time. Just something pretty simple, but again, cutesy. And then I'm going to finish your hair over here. Right here is about the center. So I'm just going to try to wing it. Like usual though, if you guys want like a hair tutorial, by all means let me know, because we all know that it's very difficult. Okay, but for right now, we're gonna stop with the hair right here, and we're gonna come in with her body. Real quick though, I will give her like a choke necklace or a choker, because I think that would kind of go with it. And then for the body, we're gonna make her wearing like a hoodie. And actually, I do want to mention this, I don't think I have yet. I do not own the pose that I'm looking off of. I am changing a few things up, so in a way, like, I'm not completely found it on Google Images. Please let me know down in the comments. But yeah, we're gonna make her wearing a little hoodie, and right here is where a string will come out. And that's where I'm gonna kind of finish the rest of the hair. So now let's draw her hand over here doing a little peace sign. And I did do like a little tutorial on how to draw hands, and one of them was like a peace sign. So if you guys want to learn that, you can go check that video out. But I think I need to make an updated version of that as well, because that one wasn't the best tutorial I've made so far. Okay, so right here, her sleeve, again, I did not make this up. This is very interesting because the person who drew this photo I'm looking off of did something like this with her sleeve. It's like it's wrapping around her hand in a way, and right here, it's gonna come out just a little bit, and that's where you can draw like a little paw. I think that's really cool and cute actually. So you guys can do that if you want to. Mine didn't turn out the best, but I'm not gonna worry about it right now. And that is about it. Like, that's as far as we're going for the body. I can actually do a full body if you guys want me to. So again, let me know down in the comments, but for right now, like I said, we're just wanting to focus on the face and the upper body. Okay, but let me finish this side of the hair and I will be right back to tell you guys what I did. That way you guys can look off it if you need to and catch up. Okay, and this is what you guys should have. This is my finished version. Well, actually not completely finished. I usually do like to shade at the end, but this is for the most part what you should have. This was the result. I hope you guys like it. So I'm gonna jump in and start shading everything, and then I will close the video and end it with that. So some of it I will do on camera, some of it I will do off camera, just to speed up the process. Okay, so as I'm ending the video here, I wanted to do one more thing if anyone's at all interested. But for the shadows on like her clothes and everything, you could actually do like shapes. I would recommend that because it makes it a lot more easy and simple. So we're gonna make, again, I would draw like light lines, don't make them too dark or anything, but bring it up like this, come up from there, and just make a whole bunch of random shapes. Same thing over here. I'm going to try to wing it over here as well. And basically, from these little shapes that you made, you can go in and start shading them. So like, for example, right here. Actually, this part would be shaded. And yeah, as I'm shading this, I'm going to end the video right here. Like I said before, I hope you guys really liked it. Hopefully this was a little bit better than my first one. The first one, if you guys want to check that out, like if you're new to my channel and you kind of are curious like what I'm talking about, you can check that video out. I'll probably link it in the description. And let me know, or sorry, let me know if you guys want like an updated version on like how to draw an anime boy. I'm saying this like they're so old or something. They're actually not that old. I think they were made like almost a year ago, like 8 months ago or something. I don't know, I've lost track, but yeah, they're not extremely old. But if you guys just want more of those kind of videos, by all means, let me know. I'm constantly looking through the comments and everything. And yeah, I hope you guys liked it. I will be back with another video tutorial here very soon. So thank you so much for watching. Or actually, one more thing. Just put a little heart bubble. Okay, so that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching.